guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. Avatar: Way of the Water stars Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana. Jake, Sully, and Natari have formed a family and are doing everything to stay together. However, they must leave their home and explore the regions of Pandora when a threat resurfaces. Jake must fight a difficult war against the humans. Every time when I see James Cameron's name pops up as a producer on a movie, like, you know, Terminator Dark Fate, I'm like, why not just direct it and write it yourself so it can be good and not shit? Who gives a shit about Avatar 2? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have Avatar 2. So I guess thanks in sort of way for making this movie, but also not for giving shit about Terminator. I mean, no one else does anymore, so whatever. Avatar: The Waves of the Waters had a really high hill to go up for me. I don't love the first Avatar. I like it. I like the CGI, of course, and all that. The special effects is awesome. The fight sequences are great as well. But what hurt that movie for me, and yes, the story has been, it's the story, of course, but I'm not going to say that the story, because the story was like done before. It was done before. It was sort of part of the reason why I didn't like it that much. But the writing for it was just poorly done, in my opinion. And we didn't really spend that much time with the Nataris as much as we wanted, as much I wanted to. I wanted to see more of the Nataris and their world. But we got more of the human side of it. And I was like, the writing for the humans is not interesting enough for me to care. So, and then when they announced Avatar 2, I was like, okay, we'll see about it. We'll see how it comes out. I'm not really that much hype for it. It's been a long time, and this movie has been somewhat announced years back and just not happened. And it just hasn't really happened. And apparently in 2012, it took them 3 years to actually officially announce it. Hey, we're gonna do Avatar 2, so be ready for it. And 10 more years later than that, this movie is better than the first one in my opinion, and it also kind of weakens a little bit in most ways that kind of hurt the first one in my opinion, and kind of carries over in this one a tiny bit, but then it also kind of hurts the first one a little bit more, because there's some things that show in this movie that's like, okay, clearly that this was never a planned sequel or anything like this. So that's nice, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of hand waving stuff in this, at least how the movie starts. There's a lot of hand waving. Be like, hey, this sort of happened in the first one, but we never mention it at all, and it kind of hurts in other plot holes, other ways, like, okay, if you could do that, then why couldn't you do that with, and so it's like a lot of hand-waving stuff that you have to buy and, somewhat accept, and you kind of do, but it still kind of causes a problem, but I really did enjoy it. The CGI, we knew that the CGI was going to be amazing in this movie, and honestly, there was times that I forgot that it was CGI. That this movie looked so real in so many ways. James Cameron, you did great on that side of it. Jake Sully has to leave basically his previous nation tribe that he helped in the first one and win the war, sort of, and it kind of feels like, wait, so you're just gonna ban, because he wants to protect his family, so you're just gonna abandon all these Natari's families just to protect your own? Kind of selfish, but okay. But but if you get past that, it sort of makes sense, because you probably, and if I was in that situation, I would probably somewhat do the same thing, because for something they think that that they're after him in some form. And it's like, but that wouldn't stop everything else. That wouldn't stop all the stuff that they were already planning on doing there in general. Because their main focus isn't just going to be on Jake. And so it's kind of like, okay, sure, let's see that. It's just mostly a reason for the for us to see this new region of Pandora, which is the water side of Pandora, and you get to see this new type of tribe who is more adapted to the water side of things, and you see Jake's family learn the ways of that tribe, and it's like, and they spend so much time on it, and I really enjoyed basically all that, and that basically takes up a good chunk of the second act of the movie. Like a big chunk of this movie is just literally us learning this new tribe's side of things, and seeing their side of life, and just like trying to pick up these new skills that they don't have because they were breed differently with the forest tribe, and that they're half human, basically half human and half Nataris. And so it was really cool to see that. But then the movie focuses a little bit more on the children's side of it, which kind of just sometimes feel like high school drama, and it's like, okay, all right, yeah, let's get through it. Okay, all right, there we go. And next it gets better again, and it's like whenever they don't try to do that, it feels great, and you can just really just enjoy the movie when it doesn't try hard to make you really try hard for you to care about the children. When we already sort of do, you just don't need to do it in that way. But when it focuses on some other form and it has their involvement, then I'm like, all right, this is what I like. Keep it like that. But yeah, there was a lot of high school drama. It's like there's one scene where they're one of the sons is fighting with another son of the other tribe, and they kind of apologize to one another, and next oh, you know what? Let's go to this one dangerous area. And I'm like, you just don't. Oh, okay. I can look past that in some form. I'll probably fast forward those scenes, but it leads to a great sequence in the movie, and the human side of it. The human side of this movie, I was really kind of worried about, because the human side in the first one was poorly written. It was very cheesy, and it wasn't really good either. I really didn't like the writing of the humans. They're completely basically missing throughout this whole entire movie. We cut back to them every once in a while, but they also have their own avatars. And so it's we're kind of focused on this avatar squad that is basically hunting Jake. And so it's more of that, more of them than the humans in that reality. And so, and I really like that. And I do like certain parts of it, but it's also kind of why are we doing this type of question? And so, but it doesn't really focus on the human side. It really just focuses on this new tribe, which is what I wanted more of in the first one. But it was kind of fast forward through, and so that's why I really like this movie way more. Pacing is a little bit kind of off in the movie. It's it starts off really fast, and and it suddenly just slows down, and certain things are kind of left up in the air. It's certain characters not reacting in the way that they would, and in this situation and the way this movie would start. And if you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's kind of involves the villain in the movie, and so it's just I don't know. It just I didn't really like that aspect of it. I mean, I like the idea of it, but it kind of goes nowhere really. They're probably setting it up a little bit more in the next one, but yeah, I really liked Avatar: The Ways of the Waters and especially way more than the first Avatar. I didn't really want this at first, but I was basically, all right, I'll go out and see it. Hopefully it can win me over, and it definitely did. So if you guys are a huge fan of the first one, you're definitely going to love this one. If you're not so much of the first one, you might be won over, like I have been. So maybe go check it out. We'll see. Let me know what you guys' thoughts down in the comment section of Avatar Ways of the Water. I'm going to give Avatar Ways of the Water a B-. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.